I got to know God doing the things that people have been trying to get me to quit with.
Okay, this episode is sponsored by my friend, his new label here, Irish American. We are being sponsored. Check it out anywhere you want to go. It's the best ever. This is what I'm drinking out of my cup. So we got a sponsor now.
Okay.
The sponsor is our Irish American whiskey. And on this episode, which is the last chapter of, well, this is the same episode, but this is going to be our last chapter. Want to get into, I want to kind of get into like what makes this story so significant, what makes it so special. I know we all go things on our path, but let's talk about the future. Let's talk about like how losing your kids has affected you and how it makes you feel.
It affected me a lot. And if I had an evil heart, I would have been vindictive a long time ago. To this day, everything that's happened to me that was recently evil, God told me, don't even be spiteful. Let him have it.
Let him have it.
Let him have it. It's just materials. It's just physical. It's just
pray for your enemies.
Yeah, and I do pray for my enemies, because when you pray for clarity through your own confusion, God will answer you.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if you got a blunt liquor. He will answer you if you're being genuine, real with him.
That's facts.
But if you want to sit here and play that mask, then you're going to get the mask back.
Yeah.
And if you be real with him, then you're going to get him. And he will answer you in all fucking realms that you never thought was around. And then before you know it, you'll be like, oh shit, you was always trying to protect me. I was just too blind to see it.
Yes.
Because I was in the darkness at a point in time. Because sometimes when you've been involved in the darkness for so long, you could get consumed.
Yes.
And if you don't try to figure out the way I've been figuring out, you could get so consumed before you know it. So many years of your life is already taken.
Okay.
So some people do the work, and then there's people that just don't do the work.
Ooh, I love that. So talk about the court date last week. What happened? Because I'm so interested to see.
Which one? With Maria?
Was that for Maria last week? I saw
when
that.
I went to court?
Yes.
For Maria, yeah.
Okay.
So for Maria, not for nothing.
So I heard you said that there was a lot of people there against you or in the court.
In different corners, in different sections.
Okay.
And
Was this for custody?
yeah, visitations.
Visitations. Okay.
Yeah. Vinny didn't want me to see my daughter. He wanted me to have supervised visits for Maria. We never got to a decision because I didn't agree with that, and he wasn't trying to move around that. And then the lawyer that's lying for him was trying to put things that they do to my daughter like it's me. So like manipulation, the fact that my daughter don't eat right, dehydrating, the fact that she's always in a hospital. The things that they're doing to my daughter, they went to court blaming it on me.
My God, daughter.
And they're saying that I need supervised visits and that they're worried about my mental health. That was the play.
Okay.
And then the lawyer wants to show the mediator a fake page of me. So I brought my tablet with my current Facebook with all my kids.
Okay.
And he's trying to manipulate the mediator and say that I'm on that fake page doing all craps to him and the baby. And that's why you don't feel safe with me being around my own blood daughter. That was the storyline he was giving. So I started telling the mediator, since, Vinny doesn't want to be honest with himself and take accountability. I was like, okay, at this point I got evidence in my shit.
Yeah, your kids are always happy. Her kids are always happy when I see you on your video.
Put it like this, all you gotta do is talk to my kids and ask them where they want to be. They will tell you where they want to be.
Right.
Because they're all going through the same thing. Every single child.
And that's so important.
And one thing that my firstborn told me, he said, Mommy, I said, Jada, what's the matter? I want all of us to live with you. All my siblings, Jaden, my oldest.
Wow.
He wants me, Giselle, Jada, and Maria, for all to live with me, and that he still loves grandma, but he loves me. He wants to live with me.
They
now.
deserve that, because I can tell
that he lived with grandma a lot, but he wants to be more closer to me.
Because they're not treating them right.
No, they're not guiding them.
And that's the
either.
problem with the system.
There's no drive. There's no structure. You know, they're not even teaching them to do routine.
Right.
You know, they're so worried about me, but I'm not the one with kids. Remember that. I got
Instead
my
of
kids
teaching
taken
him how to
away.
read, they're giving him dolls. Instead of teaching him like how to write.
Giving him video games, not giving it a time limit, taking the phone away, only allowing him to have. Put it like this: they're making the way they're raising the boys is gonna make them be fucked up later, because the more a kid can't be themselves, they use that version of that in the adult stage that you shut them down on, and before you know it, you got a vicious kid that you didn't even notice you raised, and now he wants to be a killer in the streets and think he want to be a gangster.
Nobody should be giving a 10-year-old a little doll baby, a doll baby for Christmas. Like, for me, that's kind of like setting a bad example, kind of like grooming them into the wrong way. And I don't feel like they're being treated nicely.
Put it like this: my mom and the house that she was in, I never liked the fact that all the grown adults are upstairs and the minors, Jaden and Giselle, are in the fucking basement downstairs.
Right, exactly.
So that means you want them out your way.
Yeah, not even paying attention.
And you only want, exactly, you don't know what. Put it like this: when my kids were, the days that I have my kids,
and they're always yelling at them.
Yes,
When
Joshua tries to get tough on Giselle.
Yeah, yelling at them kids all. When I remember I went
wrestling, trying to abuse my son. He's so lucky, cause let me tell you something. Giselle's very honest, a little too honest, but that's a good thing. Why are they trying to make him? You should see the manipulation they do to my Giselle.
I see it.
And all he wants to do is, cause he already knows, and I hit my kids. I'm like, you're probably not gonna see me, and they're gonna try to get in your head.
HIP, HIP.
Yep, they're gonna try to get in your head, but I'm giving you.
I don't like the way they treat your boys. I'm sorry.
I don't like it either, and I keep giving mommy warnings that if she don't get her shit together and be the mother that I know she has potential to be, she's gonna be really sad for a while. And I don't want to do that to my own mother.
She seems like
but she don't give a fuck. And her efforts are just so much of excuses that just don't make sense. And if you ask any generation after her, they don't even agree with her. She fucked up as a mom.
Yeah.
It is what it is. Accept it and try to be better.
The only one I feel like they pay attention to is Jasmine.
Yeah.
Because I didn't really
Because that is their biological only daughter that Janito and mommy have. Just like Cuco told me. I'm not, you're not, I'm nobody's daughter. So now I accepted the fact.
Daughter.
Thank you.
Yes,
I'm God's daughter. And everybody got to remember exactly what they said to me. Because now that I know that I am God's daughter and Lily's watching over me and I have Lily with me, and that's all I fucking needed, because I knew deep down in my heart my aunt was the real one.
And you got me with you.
Yeah. My aunt was the real one. She was that bitch. She was the protector. Because let me tell you something. When my aunt saw the fakery shit, my aunt was that bitch to put you in your place that she have to for her loved ones.
That's right.
And she passed her gift to me.
That's right.
And she was the protector.
What I want you to do is just love on yourself and, protect yourself from these outside evil forces and only let the good seep in. And I want you to be able to look back upon this video or podcast, whatever we're starting right here, and be like, this was me then, and now look at me now.
Yes.
And I feel like in 2 years, 5 years, you're going to be in a totally different place. You're going to be in such a positive space, and you're going to have everything. Just stay healthy. Working out, eating right is so important when it comes to mental health, physical health, and just emotional health. That's what's really helped me bounce back. I wish, like we were talking about earlier on the other segment of our podcast about, the pills and the medication that I'm on. And that's one of the requirements that I have. I've got to work out a lot, at least 30 minutes a day to keep my body.
You don't need meds. You need fitness.
Yeah, fitness helps me a lot. And eating
you need to do fitness daily.
fitness.
That is your medicine.
Fruits in the morning, veggies for lunch, and protein for dinner.
Before I put it like this, I know how to help myself. But because I've been fucked with for so long right now, I don't got the energy to focus.
Right.
So I'm not going to set myself up for failure.
Right.
When I don't even got the full 100% focus because I'm physically drained.
Yes.
You know, I'm in pain.
Yes.
Throwing up a lot. I have a lot of numbness in my body that just keeps getting more numb. You know? So I just feel like right now I'm just trying to get myself better before I even put myself into anything again.
Healthy.
Because I'm not going to fucking...
Healthy lifestyle.
Yeah.
Just focus on healthy living and building yourself up. Look at you. You're doing the water, which is really good. Oh, I love to see that. Yes. Put the water up. Come on. Can we put that on here?
Yeah. Yes. Electrolyte sport water. Outga.
Sponsored by Irish American Making Company. 10 years single malt Irish whiskey. Same with me. You know, I've been dealing with a lot of pain lately. I don't know why it always happens around my birthday. I feel like I've been going through a lot of pain and loneliness. Maybe it comes from the trauma that I went through as a kid, you know, being abused, being confused, especially being like a bisexual man in a world full of bravado and full of toughness, and being myself and being misunderstood and people kind of judging and not really getting to know. I really want people to know the real me, that I'm a loving person.
That you're caring.
You're
like a version of me.
Caring.
You're just a boy version.
Very caring. And
you know that.
So caring that I don't even care about myself. And, you know, I had
a
big meeting with my boss last week about caring for myself. But, you know, like I said, the people at my job, they be doing shiesty stuff. Like, the doorman at my job, he was talking about Michael and how he was talking shit about him and how he was trying to insinuate that his parents bought their way in for him to get to BC, and then he'd be smiling in their face. And then the other girl at my job just betraying me. I'm just trying to get over that and just be in a positive light and just want to bring nothing but positivity and caring, but for the right people. And kind of holding back and not giving too much of myself too soon.
Yeah.
There's something to be said about just giving a little bit at a time until you find that you can actually know somebody and what their intentions are.
Yeah. I tell you this. Love is beautiful when you're being loved properly. The thing with love is that a lot of us, the whole world hasn't been loved properly. Yeah. So we have this fuckery understanding of love that's really not love.
Yes, that's true.
Okay? And I know how to love.
Not the whole world, because I see some people loving on their kids.
There's people that are great. I'm not saying the whole world, but there is a deception of a fuckery love that everybody think is okay.
Yeah. A very small percentage.
Yeah.
Usually they have money, they're comfortable.
Yeah, and it's all about greediness.
Yes.
And selfishness and greediness. It's sad when you think about it.
I hate that.
You know, but all you could do is just pray for them, and eventually God, you're gonna know if God's working with them. And at this point, you can only show someone the door, but they gotta walk through it.
Yes.
And some people don't want the help, and there's people that want the help. And I've learned that with my energy now, is now I'm more cautious with it. Instead of me being, because I was desperate and wanting everybody around me.
Yep.
I don't want everybody around me anymore because I know how special my energy is.
Yes.
And I know that I'm a healer. And because I can feel things real well, and it's all new and I'm still learning and evolving, I'm very cautious who I share it with now.
Be careful.
Because I know I can feel genuine and I can feel mask.
Yeah.
So, and I would never point out the mask.
Yeah.
I would just let you play the game.
Yeah.
Eventually you snitch yourself out.
Yeah.
You know?
People always show their true colors after a while.
What's in the dark always comes to light. That's another quote that is so real. And another thing too. Don't allow your trauma to think, because I learned this from somebody. What could be your pain can also be your pleasure. but make sure that the person you're giving pleasure to has an understanding.
Yes.
For example, when it comes to lust, sex. For example, if you know you just want to fuck, make it known that it's just a fuck.
Yeah.
If you want a relationship, make it known that it's a relationship. If
Yeah.
you want friendship, make it known.
Yeah.
We all have a choice to
Ooh,
be
hold on,
able
hold on.
to.
Ooh, I need a drink for that. Cause I don't be knowing. I be like, ooh, I want to fall in love. I want to fuck, but then I don't want
Put it
to
like
see you
this.
tomorrow.
You gotta give it. Put it like this: the same way it took you time to love yourself, you need to be fair with yourself, with relationships.
Yes.
So I had to learn that the hard way, but because I was so desperate at a point in time in my life, my experience is what woke me the fuck up.
I just got out of a 14-year relationship, and it's been hard for me to jump back into something new. I hope in the near future I'll be able to make another commitment. But for me, it's like, I got to make sure it's right. It's got to feel right. It's got to feel like loyalty. It's got to be feeling like you have my back. It's got to feel like we can talk all night. We can have fun together.
Put it like this: you will always know when you're with someone when your energy don't feel drained.
Yeah, exactly.
When your energy feels drained, you have to remove yourself, no matter how much you love that person. Because the more that if that person's being stubborn or egotistic or prideful,
Yeah.
or just being a whole mask or specialist con artist, whatever, it will drain you.
Yeah.
You won't notice that it's draining you. It will take all of you before you know you acting out of character based off that person when you already knew. So sometimes you gotta give people tough love, just so they can wake up, because sometimes we need tough love. And when you love, you need, put it like this: when you love somebody, you have to give them tough love, because that's the only way they're gonna learn.
Yeah.
Especially if they're the hard-headed, stubborn type.
I love tough love.
And I
could
say that I was a hard-headed, stubborn biatch. I still kind of am in certain ways.
It's because what you've been through.
Yeah.
It's because of your trauma, and I can tell that you don't want to be that way.
Yeah.
But you had certain circumstances that made you that way.
Yeah.
And I feel like you trying to make your way through the bullshit that you went through.
I was trying to understand it.
Yeah.
And why I was a target, and what did I do? Come to find out, I never did nothing wrong.
You never did anything wrong.
I never did nothing wrong.
Nope.
Imagine you being 2 years old up until 32 years old, thinking that you was something was
You
wrong.
just never had the right people around you. That was the only problem.
And
they
then
were
I was
teaching
so
you the wrong
fucked
thing.
up too, because I ain't gonna front. When I gave birth to Maria, I almost died.
Yeah, I remember
Half
that.
out, half in. They wanted to keep me. I begged for a blood transfusion just to leave.
I was here.
Hoping that Vinny would be home with me. Come to find out, Vinny's got a double life I didn't even know about. And I'm home with Maria, watching her whole first year. We break up. I let him have Maria for 2 weeks. I didn't even bother him. I come back, and next thing you know, I got DCF, and I can never get her back. And I never knew why.
Wow.
But I understand now why.
Yeah.
But I still don't get vindictive. That's what I love about my heart.
Good.
That no matter how much people have done to me recently, I know that I'm okay.
Right.
And I'm not going to put it like this, I'm not going to be evil. Because that's also a tactic.
Yeah.
And for God to allow me to go through what I'm going through is for a reason.
That's right.
So I am not going to be spiteful or vindictive, no matter how much they take or do to me.
Yes, I love that.
So one thing I love about myself is that I will always be honest from my spiritual awakening moving forward with what I know now. And I would never hurt somebody knowingly again.
Yes.
And I have not regrets, but I understand where I was wrong. I can take accountability, and I know that I can say sorry when I know I was in the wrong.
Ooh, yes. All right.